there's a whole town called Rising Sun. Is that like where Eric Lang's from? Did I like play nothing but Eric Lang games there all day?
Hey everyone, Chris Renshaw here, and as you may have noticed from the last video, since I wasn't in my studio, I'm currently on travel up here in New Jersey. Be back soon, but typically that means that doesn't get a lot of board gaming related stuff. Or does it? See, I have a problem in that, and I'm gonna apologize for this video, we're experimenting, that's why I'm trying it out in here in the car to see how things go. So it's an experimenting time, so we'll see. But I have a problem where some of my favorite games nobody else likes. For instance, Arkham Horror, the card game, is my 5th favorite game of all time. In fact, if you go look right there, there's gonna be a link that pops up there. You can see the video, the live stream we did. We went through our top 10 games of all time, updated list. Arkham Horror, the card game, is my number 5. It's a really awesome game. I love the story and in-depth, but the problem is I can't find anybody to play it with. The people I play games the most with, you know, mostly the people I podcast with, they aren't as into the game, probably because of the horror aspects of it or the card play at. So what it means is I have a lot of stuff for it and it hardly gets played. Now I have friends that I have played it with, but most of the people that I play it with are online. So I have a couple friends like Sean from All the Bits or Peter, who I've had on the show before. Like, we'll play over Skype, or we'll want to play over Skype, but that involves a whole new level of coordination, and we've all got families to do, and it's a pain in the butt, and it ends up resulting in Arkham never getting played. The most of the times when I've gotten to play it, it's been solo. You know, I play the game through solo. I've got like my good old companion, Jenny Barnes, is the solo deck that I have that I love to play the most. And I've been going through some of the scenarios solo. But I don't always get to play it a lot solo because when I'm at home, sometimes I just don't feel in the mood for playing a solo game, mainly because there's people around and I can play a lot of other things if I've got the time. So, since I was gonna be up here on travel, I figured I'll take it with me. And so the other night I played through the latest chapter. I'm playing through the Dunwich Legacy one right now, and I played the Essex County Express. And this game's great. I love this game. Instead of being like some of the other events where you're going from all these different locations and trying to stop things, this is like a race to get to like the front car of the train because the back car is just getting eaten up into this wormhole. I'm not gonna get into big spoilers, but just the basic scenario is that you're trying to get to the front of the car and get the train moving because the back of the car is getting sucked up into this portal, and it, you know, the game simulates that really well, and you definitely get the feeling like time's running out, I gotta hurry up and get to the next car kind of thing. So it was amazing, and I loved it, and it was nice, and especially playing at one player, it was nice and short, and definitely I just laid it out. Only per downside was I was playing it in the floor of my hotel room, which can be a little tough on the joints, especially as I'm growing up. It's an amazing game. I love that game, and I really need to find more ways to get it played. So what kind of games do you guys like? Am I the only one like this? Like, there's a bunch of games. Arkham's just this one thing, but there's a lot of the games that I play that I end up having to find new groups of people to game with because they're the ones that like it, and the games that my group likes are not necessarily the games that I like. Am I the only one that has this sort of problem? But I enjoy playing games with the people I play games with. You know, it means maybe some of my favorites don't get played all the time, but that seems to be a neat thing. But while we're talking about friends, and see, this is where I was talking about, I'm gonna pivot, transition. Haha, why is it suddenly all my cool online friends decided to bust out super cool talents and become book writers? I mean, Bebo just launched, or her book just came out. That's kind of like the everything tabletop board book, or everything tabletop board games book, which I haven't had a chance to pick up yet, but I will. sooner or later, just waiting until after Gen Con, because Gen Con's coming up and we're saving all the ducats for Gen Con. But going along with that, another person, I'm claiming a friend because I've had plenty of face-to-face interaction with them, James D'Amato from over at the One Shot podcast. He wrote a book last year called I got my phone here to make sure I get the title right. The Ultimate RPG Character Backstory Guide. Prompts and activities to create the most interesting story for your character. And he's come out with another book that I think that's launching right now. It's another Ultimate RPG in that kind of series. So I haven't had a chance to this one. This one, I managed to get a review copy of the PDF for, and I may have to get the book in hard copy because I feel like this is a book that you're really gonna wanna have a hard copy of. And what this book is it's a bunch of different prompts. You know how like writers will have writing prompts that they use to help create their stories. Well, this is sort of like that, but for RPG characters. There's all these different tales to kind of enrich and develop the characters you're playing in an RPG. Such as like there's one where it's like how does your character feel about saving a cat, and that helps define your help determine how your alliance is based on what the reaction is. And then there's other ones just talking about like things that you remember from your childhood. You may still carry items that you carry in your pack that are something from your childhood, or what are the other kinds of things, you know, like we might have in a backpack, these items that just always stay there. We can't explain why. That would, like, what does your character have in their pack that they always keep? And so we've done some of these. Another link I'm gonna put up here on one of our first Dirtbags of Holding topic shows that we streamed. We actually did a couple of these exercises on stream just to kind of show off the book. And so if you want to check that out, it's going to be links to that. It's going to be right there. But it's a really great book, especially because it's broken out into different characters. You got your entry-level characters it's centered around D&D, but the prompts are vague enough and they're not specific enough to D&D that these could be for anything. But it has it broken down to like your early characters that are like 1 through 5, and then like your middle range characters, and then like your higher tier characters. The book's pretty sweet, especially if you're someone that's new to gaming, if you're someone that needs help coming up with these different ideas for your characters, then you're gonna want to check this book out. And it just so happens, I don't know if you can see here, I'm actually at a Barnes & Noble right here in the parking lot. So I'm gonna go inside and see, because this book you can actually, I've seen it in some bookstores. So I'm gonna go inside and just check it out, and we'll see and show you guys where about it'll be found. And that way, if you've got a local store, you can look and see if the book's near you. So let's go check that out. All right, so for pro tip for finding any of these kind of gaming things in a Barnes & Noble, just look for the science fiction, and then usually graphics novels nearby. And then we look, oh wait, what's this? There's a Bebo's book there. I know this person. I've played games with this person. Then it took me a second to find. It was kind of wedged in there. You see, you got all the D&D stuffs over there, and then other electronic games that way, and then sandwiched just slightly in here. Ta-da! People are so talented. All right, I should probably get out of here before someone complains. All right, so there you go. If you want to check out these awesome books by some people that are really cool. Sorry, I thought there was somebody in that car. You want to check out these books by people that I've personally gamed with and are awesome people, go to your nearest Barnes & Noble and you can check them out. I'll talk maybe more about Bebo's book and what all is in it once I get a chance to actually read it and digest it for myself. But in the meantime, there you go. Make sure you like and subscribe, and let me know what kinds of content you're interested in, what kind of games you're interested in that maybe your friends aren't on. Because remember, we're going to start doing dice giveaways. So if you want to enter that giveaway and you want a free set of dice, I'll announce the winners in a week. Then you need to subscribe and post a comment down below about anything. and you'll be entered to win a free set of dice. And make sure to check out the other video where I talk about the giveaway I'm doing for the alternate cover of Ghosts of Saltmarsh and how you can win that. So thanks everybody for checking this video out, and I will see you next time.